Right, this is the weekly forecast for the week of 26th October 2015. I'm combining the general and love forecasts into one reading and giving a more in-depth reading. Excuse the low light, but we've got a thunderstorm that's moving in here. Okay, so let's start with the weekly reading. General forecast reading, that is. We'll choose one guidance card for your challenge and a guidance card for your next step. As well as a general guidance card for the following week. Right, we start our week with Pandora's box. What kind of Pandora's box? So this week, it's actually quite a beautiful card, this. We are opening up something of limitless possibility. What it is remains to be seen. It's going to be different for everybody. I think the state of your heart, the state of your mind, your intentions are all going to play a part in what you bring forth. It's a very shiny, sparkly card, this. It shows loads of promise, plenty of magic, but her expression is neutral. She's neither happy nor sad. So, what you bring into your life this week is going to be something very different, very other, very new, but to keep in mind that you are going to play a very big part in what exactly it is or how exactly it turns out. That card hasn't come up in readings before. That's interesting. Okay, the challenge is going to be to know that if you've been knocking away at something for absolute ages, and a lot of people have, some people have taken on new things, but a lot of people have been knocking away at the same thing. To believe and to know and to understand that sometimes suddenly all the pieces fall into place and the complete puzzle, there it is. So you have to keep that in mind. Yes, sometimes knocking your head against a brick wall is a useless occupation, and it's not, and doing the same thing and getting the same results all the time, they say that is a sign of true stupidity. But under the circumstances, this is something different. This is something you've been knocking away at endlessly, and somehow, for some reason, it's about to fall into place, almost randomly. And that's just something you need to accept. That understanding is not really part of it. Okay, and the guidance for that is blessing. So to understand that because you've been knocking away at something forever and ever, you're about to be blessed with some kind of return, something materializing or manifesting. So that could possibly have to do with that first card. Something almost magical, if you want to look at it as that, or something as a gift from Spirit or the universe is about to transpire for the effort that you've been putting in. And not to question it or to try and understand it, but possibly just to accept it. Okay, later in the week, it's going to need some adjustment. So whatever it is that now comes into your life, you're going to need to adjust to this. Well, that's always the case. If something new comes into your life, you're going to need to adjust. So you'll need to take on a bit of the form of whatever it is that you're doing. You'll need to learn the ways of this new thing, of this thing that has transpired in your life. You'll need to learn how to fit in with it. Fitting in is not always an uncomfortable thing. Sometimes it's really nice to fit in somewhere, to feel as if you belong, to take on new characteristics. Look, if you take up a new hobby or sport, let's just use golf as an example. It's quite enjoyable to go out and get the clubs and the cap and the shoes and to look a little bit like everybody else, maybe a little bit different, but still you enjoy fitting in with a crowd, you enjoy your new crowd, and you want to look like them. So it's this kind of fitting in that this card is signifying. You're going to need to adjust to fit in with whatever it is that you have now manifested in your life, but you're probably going to enjoy this fitting in. Okay. Earlier in the week, you're going to be given the answer or the key. This all lines up nicely in this reading. So whatever it is that now manifests, that emerges in your life, you'll be given a key as to how to go forth with it or how to expand it. You'll be given some kind of understanding of what it is that you need to go forward from here. Your guidance on this is focus, so pay attention. Don't wander off. Start thinking about other things. Pay attention to what it is. Pay careful attention to whatever it is you're being handed about this new thing that is now manifesting or emerging in your life. There's something to be found in focus and in close attention to what you're doing. Okay. And your next step here is to accept the fact, and this runs so well with the rest of this reading, that although you have done the effort, you have to understand that 50% of what is about to happen is because Spirit, Guide, Universe, God, whomever it is you believe in, is giving you the helping hand. Those tiny little strings, I don't know if you can see it in this card, trying not to get it to shine, that are being held, that gently guide him into his next perfectly poised movement, is from outside. So you will be receiving help from outside. Pay attention to that help, because it'll direct you to an easier movement. Don't resist. Go gently with it. Appreciate it. Show gratitude for the fact. And also to understand that sometimes when it is that you've been banging away at something for absolutely ever, to have some faith and trust that the help might come from the outside eventually, and that you don't have to do it all, that there will be help coming from somewhere else. And the outcome is, okay, that's very interesting. So, not to feel restricted. You aren't restricted, you aren't tied down. You can do and be whatever it is you want to do. Here she's got ribbons tying her down, a sword lying next to her. She simply has to pull her arms free, and that sword can be used to cut the rest of the ribbons through. And then she has wings to fly. She can soar. So you need to remember that too. It's an important thing to remember. Perhaps because your situation of banging away at something forever, trying to do it, has left you feeling as if there's almost no hope. But everything that transpires this week is to show you that you can just cut through those restrictions and you can fly. And the general guidance is sanctuary. So you need to find that place in your heart which is quiet and is still and believes and has trust and faith and hope, and you need to live there for a while. You need to immerse yourself in that feeling and know that that external help is there and it is helping you. And then whatever happens, you will be getting that help. And there is that promise, that rainbow on the horizon is there. And perhaps you don't at the moment see the full picture, but it's about to arrive. It's close. Okay, so that is your general forecast reading for the week of 26 October 2015. Now let's do the love and relationships reading. Okay, we'll select a card for a general overall theme of our love, relationships and partnerships. Then we'll choose a guidance card for your next step and an overall guidance card for your relationships. Right, so general theme is that of learning something new. So be open this week to learning something new in your relating. Someone's either going to teach it to you or you need to learn it. So the way you relate to that significant other in your life, be it a platonic, business, or romantic relationship, you're about to learn a new way of relating and be open to that new way of relating. You start this week off with something shining down happily on your relationships or your partnerships. So something has eased in your relationship or partnerships, or for the moment has made you feel better, as if a bit of sunshine is shining down on your partnerships and relationships. And what you know is this probably makes you feel appreciated in some way, perhaps even loved. Perhaps some of you have fallen in love within the last week or two. Or you're feeling more appreciated by your partners, be they platonic or romantic partners, but you're feeling the love at this particular moment. What you don't know is that your partnerships and relationships have been slowly corroding over time, over the last while. And you may not have been fully aware of this. It could just be life's hard, and that does take its toll on our partnerships and relationships. And sometimes we're not aware of the fact that that's what it's actually doing. Your next step is going to be to make a wish. Okay, so this week, that is the command for all of you, make a wish. So make a wish where your partnerships and your relationships are concerned, because obviously there is opportunity here for a wish to come true. Okay, your guidance for that next step is released. Okay, so let go of that outdated thinking, of those knee-jerk reactions, of that way of thinking, oh, it's always going to turn out this way, it'll always turn out this way, they're going to do that because they've always done that. Let go of that. Maybe that wish to make is that you can see things from a different perspective, that things can turn out differently, and then just let go of the stuckness. Let the old everything go. It's a good time of year to let things go anyway, with a full moon on Tuesday, and it's just generally a time of year to let go of the old and unused, especially ways of thinking and relating. Your final outcome is going to be that your relationships and partnerships will now be, I always use the same sentence for this card, but it gives you that impression of an elevated level, of onto a new level, which for partnerships and relationships is actually great. The same old in partnerships and relationships is actually sometimes what can be incredibly corrosive, what can really eat away at them. So you're about to lift your partnership, your relationship to a new level, and that can give it an entirely new life. It can give you an entirely new perspective of life, a breath of fresh air. Okay, your overall guidance for this is new beginnings. Okay, so there we go. That underlines it. So your partnerships and relationships are about to undergo new beginnings. For those of you looking for new partnerships and relationships, the new one is about to begin, and you're possibly going to find that your old, you know how you'll often see people say, why do they keep going for the same person? Well, this is possibly about to change. You may find you have a new beginning in that too, and those of you that are perhaps getting tired of the same old in your partnerships and relationships are about to find you have the possibility for a new beginning. Something is about to change, something is about to become different, which would mean that you would need to learn a new way of relating. The one goes hand in hand with the other, but that is lovely news for partnerships and relationships. So that is your general forecast, as well as your love and partnership reading for the week of 26th of October 2015. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and listening.